Hello everyone, this is Shravanti. Welcome back to our channel. In the today's session, I am going to discuss about the structure of the functional group, how to write the structures of the functional group if they will give the names, and we'll discuss each and every functional groups by taking some examples. Before going to the topic, small request students, if you like my video, please like and share with your friends and do subscribe. Let us start the topic. See here, the first functional group is carboxylic acids. For carboxylic acid, here I am taking butanoic acid, right? See here, by seeing this name, oic acid is there, so we can identify the carboxylic acid group. Then if you know the structure and the suffix, then you can write the structure easily. See here, COOH. This functional group is always included in the main chain. So we have to consider this carbon also. This carbon also you need to consider. Including this carbon, but means 4 carbons, right? Meth, eth, pro, but. We need to include this carbon in the parent chain. So we need 3 more carbons. Now we have to satisfy the carbons by the help of hydrogen. Each carbon should have 4 bonds. Here this carbon already contains 2 bonds. So CH2, CH2, CH3. This is the structure of the butanoic acid. I will give the prolonged structure for this. C, one oxygen with double bond and another oxygen also double bond, one bond with the carbon and another bond with the hydrogen. Sometimes they will give like this, sometimes they will not show the bond between the hydrogen and the oxygen, but you have to think that the oxygen is having the one bond with the carbon and the one bond with the hydrogen, right? Then we'll go for the next example, SO3H. Sulfonic acid. Here I am taking the example for the sulfonic acid, methyl sulfonic acid. Here they given the hint sulfonic acid. Sulfonic acid means SO3H. Simply you write SO3H. Right? SO3H. Methyl means CH3 group. Here the sulfonic acid is attached to the methyl group. Now we'll write the complete structure for this functional group. Yes, one bond with the carbon and 2 bonds with the one oxygen and 2 bonds with another oxygen and 1 bond with one oxygen, and this oxygen again form a bond with the hydrogen. This is the structure of the sulfonic acid. In this structure, the sulfur contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bonds. Here the sulfur valency is 6. Right? This is the structure for the sulfonic acid. See here the suffix we used, sulfonic acid. Now we'll go for the esters. Here I am taking example for the ester, methyl propanoate, O8. See here, it is having O8, so we should know that this is ester group. The formula is COOR. C, 2 oxygens are there, so double bond O. Again one bond. If you keep again double bond O, the carbon will get 5 bonds. So one bond with oxygen, another bond with R means alkyl group. Here they given methyl group, so we have to use CH3. CH3, methyl propanoate. Propanoate means this is methyl group. Propanoate, already one carbon is there. Meth, eth, prop. 3 carbons. We need to include 2 carbons. This carbon already contains 2 bonds, so we need to give 2 hydrogens to satisfy the carbon here. Tell me, CH3. Okay, are you able to understand? If you have any doubts, please comment on comment section. I will clarify your doubts. Don't worry. Acyl halides. See here. For acyl halides, acyl halides means fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Here I am taking butanoyl chloride, oil chloride. In the place of E here, in the place of E, butane, in the place of E, I removed E and I added OL chloride. So, by seeing this, we can say that acid chlorides. What is the structure of the acid chloride? COX. X means halogen group. Here they given chloride group. Now you write C double bond O, one bond with chlorine. But means how many carbons? 1 meth, eth, pro, but. 4 carbons. Already 1 carbon is there. So we need to add 3 carbons. Now you tell me CH3, CH2, CH2. Butanoyl chloride. This is the structure of the functional group here. Now we'll see amides. Butanamide. Here I take example for the amides. Butanamide. Now we'll see the structure amide group amides. CONH2. CONH2. Now you write the structure CONH2. This one we can write in another way also. We'll discuss that. See here. Here I am writing. C double bond O. Nitrogen valency is 3. So nitrogen should contain how many bonds? 3 bonds. So C double bond O N H2. This is the structure for the amides. Butanamide means 4 carbon should be there in the parent chain. Already 1 carbon is there in the functional group. Always we should include the functional groups in the parent chain. They given 1 carbon already, so we need to give 3 carbons. CH3 we need to satisfy again. CH2. Meth, eth, pro, but. Butanamide. Butanamide. By seeing this group, we can simply say amide group. Butane means parent chain. Again, nitrile group. Nitrile. What is the suffix for the nitrile group? Nitrile is the suffix. Now you write the structure, nitrile structure. See here, CN. Pentane, nitrile, C, triple bond N. Nitrogen always contain 3 bonds. Next, you have to include this carbon in the parent chain. We need 4 carbons, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you satisfy this carbon chain with the hydrogens. CH2, 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 right? This carbon satisfied, this carbon also satisfied, this one also satisfied, and so on. Alright, this is the name of this compound, pentane nitrile. This is the structure of the functional group. Simple. If you know the valencies of the atoms, then you can write easily. Aldehyde group means, see here, CHO group and the suffix is Al. Now we can write easily. Butanol. All we are adding for the aldehyde group. The structure is C double bond O H. This carbon satisfied with the 4 bonds. But means it should contain 4. Already 1 carbon is there. Then you give 3 carbon, CH3, CH2, CH2. This is the structure of the butanol aldehyde group. Now we'll go for the ketones. See, C double bond O. This carbon need 2 more bonds, so it is bonded with the alkyl groups. The suffix is ONE. ONE. The suffix is ONE. The ketone, will take example butane, meth, eth, prop. But means this is the structure C double bond O. C double bond O. This is the structure of the ketone. Here methyl groups we are adding here, so we have to remove one methyl group here. Then CH2, CH3. Butane 2 one means if you give the number for this compound, we need to give the least number for the functional group. See here, we have to give the numbering from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the second position, the ketone group is there. So, second position one is there. It is having the 4 carbons. So, but 2 one. This is the structure of the functional group. Okay. Now, we'll go for the alcohols. It's very simple. Alcoholic group is, see here, OH group. We have to use the suffix OL. OL is the suffix. We'll take butanol, already we took. See 1, 2, 3, 4. In the second position, alcoholic group is there. So, you give the OH group here. Then you have to satisfy the carbons with the hydrogens. Already 3 bonds are there. You give 1 hydrogen here, 2 hydrogens here, 3 hydrogens. This is the structure of the alcoholic group. Butane to ol. In the second position, alcoholic group is there. So, second to ol. Now, we'll see the structure for the amines. See here, this is the functional group NH2. Suffix is amine. The second position, amine group, we have to give first the parent chain is butane. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second position, you give the amine NH2. Again, you have to satisfy the carbons with the hydrogen CH, CH2, CH3. Right? Now, amine group completed. Now, we'll go for the alkenes. You know very well alkenes. We'll take one example for the alkene. Ethene. How can you write the structure for the ethene? C double bond C. See, hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. Meth, eth, C2H4. Here we are giving the double bond, so ene. 2 carbons are there, so eth. We'll go for the triple bond. Ine, ethine. We'll take another example, ethine. Again 2 carbons, but here we have to give 3 bonds. So, we have to remove 1 hydrogen. Hydrogen, hydrogen. C, C triple bond C. Okay, it is already contained 3 bonds. So, we have to give 1 hydrogen from left side and right side. Okay, ethane. These NO2 and the nitro groups, nitroso groups and halogen groups always used as a substituents. These names always used as a prefixes. For example, nitro group is there in the given compound. Nitro butane. Nitrobutane. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4. Second position, if you want to give nitro to nitrobutane. Always we have to use the prefixes. These compounds we have to use as a substituents, and the names always used as a prefixes. Same the halogen groups also like that. Halogen groups, chlorine, bromine, iodine, like that. We'll see one example for the halogen group also. Chlorobutane. Butane means 4 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons, right? Chloro give chlorine, and you have to satisfy the carbons with the hydrogens CH3. See, chlorobutane, 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are there. So, butane, chlorine is used as a substituent. So, we have to use this chlorine as a prefix. This is about priority order and the complete structures of the functional groups. This priority order is very, very important for the compounds containing more than one functional group. You observe or not, in each and every example we are taking only one functional group. So, we have to give the numbering from the functional group side. The terminal functional, if the functional group is present in the terminal, we have to give the least number for that terminal group. If the functional groups are present in the second position, third position also, we have to check the number to give the least priority for the functional group. Okay, if the compounds containing more than one functional group, then we'll go for the priority order, then we'll check. Okay, this is about functional group. Now in the next session we'll discuss about the groups containing more than one functional group, then we'll follow some rules. Thank you. If you like my video, please like and share with your friends and do subscribe. Thank you.